Welcome back. Now we're going to look at the Lagos Cargo Terminal closure. And I'm wondering, at this time of the year, we're about 3.5 weeks to Christmas, and the Lagos terminal is closed. And I just want to surmise that that is probably one of the busiest airports through which cargo comes into Nigeria. And this is happening at this time. Anyway, it happened last week, and we understand that about 50 million naira is being lost daily in revenue as a result of this closure. To discuss this matter with us today, why it was closed and the way forward, it's my pleasure to welcome in the studio in Lagos, Mr. Segun Musa, who is the Chairman, National Association of Government-Approved Freight Forwarders, NAGAFF.
Thank you for
Good morning.
Thank you.
We also have in the studio Mr. Basil Agboarumi, who is the General Manager, Corporate Communications, Skyway Aviation Handling Company Limited, SAHCOl.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming. And from Abuja, we have the Chairman of the Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agents, ANCLA, Mr. Aloysius Igwe. He cannot be with us in the studio this morning, but we'll be talking to him through telephone in Abuja. Mr. Igwe, are you there? Can you hear us? Okay, we'll go to Mr. Igwe later. We'll just chat with those we have.
Okay, it looks like
we have him?
us. Yes. Okay.
Mr.
Yes.
Igwe?
Please go ahead.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Igwe.
Yes,
Can you please tell us exactly what caused this closure of the airport cargo shed?
Yes, good morning. Good morning. Yes,
Go ahead, Mr. Igwe.
Precisely on Wednesday last week, between the hours of 2 p.m. Yes. There was this operational disagreement between the customs and some few agents in the warehouse.
Mr. Igwe, it looks as if you're listening to yourself at the same time, so you will need to tune off the sound, turn down the sound of the TV or whatever other set you might have near you that is giving you a feedback. You need to turn that off so that you can talk to us directly. So if you will please answer the question that Alero asked just now, what happened? It looks like we might have to continue the conversation here while we sort out the issues with
Okay,
the
let
telephone
me ask Mr. Musa the same question. Why the closure, especially at this time of the year?
Yes, thank you very much. First and foremost, permit me to say the Association of Government Approved Freight Forwarders sincerely apologize to the general masses, especially the importers and the consumers that will be the one that bear the pain of all this closure. It's an unfortunate situation. Just close to a week now, there was a kind of misunderstanding between the customs and some laborers, and he also mentioned some agents too at the shed, NACO shed, and that led to a kind of stoning pure water at the controller of customs, and it's an unfortunate situation. And at the end of the day, the custom ordered the shed to be closed. It will interest you to know that in as much as it's a condemned situation, nobody will be happy with such development. Be that as it may, we see it as a matter that can still be resolved within the airport environment without escalating to the level of closure of the shed and actually destroying the whole economy, because it will interest you to know that Murtala Mohammed International Airport account for over 60% of traffic of cargo that comes through the here into this country. And within the short time...
Sorry, did you say that the Controller General was stoned?
Yeah, yes, according to information we received, some laborers...
Some laborers?
Yeah, the laborers stoned him with pure water and some other things. And it's an unfortunate situation, and really, we totally condemn it. We are not living in the Stone Age. We expect high level of discipline among people that work within the aviation sector, because it's a business community and it must be business friendly. I still stand on the point that it's actually a matter that can actually be resolved within the airport without escalating to the level of affecting the whole economy.
What could have given rise to that kind of behavior?
Yeah, it's really interesting to know that the airport is very, very porous. We have a kind of environment within the cargo section that nobody checks who comes in and who goes out. It's so porous that every day canary have access to the port.
Are you implying that these people that committed this are not, that they are also members of your
No.
They're not members of
They
your
are not members of NAGAFF.
Who are they then?
Yeah, to me, when I say the environment is so porous, you allow everyday canary to come to that environment. People come in to look for their daily bread in such a manner that they need to do labor work by loading cargo, assisting in loading cargo and all sorts of things. We have some
So what is their interest in stoning the area controller of the customs?
Yeah,
What's their interest in stoning him with water?
In an environment where everybody can have access, you cannot actually determine immediately until you go into investigation and findings what actually led to that, because some people might just gain entrance to create confusion. Definitely you can actually rule it out.
No, but I'm sure that because NAGAFF is also affected by this closure, you're doing your own investigation as well and seeing how you can bring
we are doing that.
Terminal will be open.
Definitely we are
so
doing that.
So what did you find out?
Yeah, from our findings, we see, just like I've mentioned earlier on, we realize that every kind of people comes within that environment. And the person that actually carried out such an embarrassing action, nobody has been able to identify the person up to now.
We now have Mr. Agboarumi on the line. He's the chairman, Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agents. Mr. Agboarumi, we're glad to have you back on the phone. So can we hear from you? Who would you say were the people that might have committed what has been described as atrocities against the customs area controller at the Lagos airport? Who would you say were the people involved?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Kaide. I'm really sorry for not being part of the live program. Unfortunately, I was out of town this morning, and I'm happy that this is coming to the front burner. Yeah, the whole nation will know the problem that our airport services are going through. To get straight to your question, the people that did this on February one of the last week, it can be said to be unknown people. The porosity of the airport, if you are very familiar with the airport hub and cargo terminal, you so know that any Dick and Harry can get access to the airport. This, after investigation, after this crisis, has proved to point that these are miscreants that get access to the airport to create confusion. And you know, it is within this confusion period that people can get whatever they want to do. So we in our NAGA Association of Nigeria Licensed Customs Agents condemn that act in its ramifications, and we really sympathize with the area controller.
Okay, the concern for me, every word I hear from all the operatives within that environment seem to be the fact that you're saying the airport is porous. Everybody is saying porous, porous, porous. How porous is it? Do we have people coming from Ajegunle or from Mushin to that environment to bring pure water in sachets and then using it to stone the custom controller. How porous is this? Because I don't understand.
Yes, that was what I mean by saying if you know the environment, you know, the asset care that links to the warehouse. Warehouse is always a people do not man the asset guards. Even if they do, they allow the manpower to check the influx of people there. And using the cargo village itself, you have all kinds of people that go in various businesses. You have car washers there, you have mechanics, you have even traders displaying their wares. And in every slightest opportunity of misagreement between any stakeholder, these miscreants take advantage of it to create problems. That was really what happened that day.
Okay, could you help us understand this part of it in terms of what is the interest of these so-called miscreants? What's their vested interest that must have led or could have led to the harassment of the customs controller?
Yes, you know, these people have no serious business doing at the airport. They either there to cause confusion, and you know, in the period of confusion, anything can happen. They may commit one or two atrocities in the period of crisis. So I would identify actually what their really interest is, but I know for sure that these guys can only thrive in an atmosphere of confusion.
Okay, so how do we then get to a point where the cargo terminal was then closed? What led to that?
Come again.
What led to the closure of the terminal?
Yes, it is as a result of that unfortunate incident that brought about the closure. But like I said, my colleague has already pointed it out there. There are some issues that can be managed internally without allowing it to snowball to the level it is. And now it has turned out to be a national issue, a national disaster. For a premier port like Cargo Airport to be closed for the 12th day. You can quantify the losses that should be accruing to various stakeholders at this point. It's so unfortunate. So unfortunate.
So what is the effort that your agency, ANCLA, Association of Nigerian Licensed Customs Agents, what is the effort you're making to create an alignment, strategic alignment with all the other agencies to work with the customs to ensure the reopening of the terminal?
Yes, within this period of that review, everybody has been taking stock. We're on an ANCLA, we're sat, we reviewed the whole episode, and we have come out with modalities on how to liaise with other stakeholders here to make sure that this unfortunate incident do not reoccur again. And at the same time, consultations are already been made. Our national president is on top of this, and all concerned stakeholders are equally on this. And by the special guest, I think come next week, something positive will come out of this.
Okay, please don't go away. Let's just hold on.
I still have one question to ask you.
Ahead.
Mr. Igwe, ANCLA has been quoted as having said that the closure is a case of professional disagreement between the agents and customs, which was not well handled.
Yes, that was what was the initial start point of the matter. It didn't start getting with the miscreants rough handing or threatening the area control. It started with a professional disagreement in the warehouse, which I believe could have been managed. But unfortunately, it was not properly managed, and this is both outside that got this to the mess we are today.
Okay.
Is this what led to the controller being stoned? This disagreement between customs and the agents?
I wouldn't say the controller was stoned, but whether stoned with pure water or such there is all stoning, yes. But I know for sure that yes, there was a little disagreement on the set day.